Hey guys, so we have great news actually. We have two versions of VoXscan, one for Apple, one for Android, available alpha version. This is a very early on version. Keep in mind that we're still going through it heavily with adjustments, calculations, harmonizations, normalizations, you name it, right? So, but go ahead and give it a try. Let us know what you think. Mainly, this is able to deliver 90 to 97% accuracy. In order to do that, it needs to build a certain confidence level through calibration, through the data it collects. And if it's not able to be confident enough to deliver that kind of data, then it will throw it back at you and you have to redo it. So that's the whole concept. It is the very first evidence-based or science-based voice, real-time voice analysis to energetic insights dashboard. It's really advanced stuff going in here, incorporated AI, data learning, machine learning, calculations, you name it. Whatever is available has been utilized during this process to mainly to be sure that we are accurate, we are safe, we are calculating things as we're supposed to, right? So let's dive into it. Here on menu, you have Apple, Android. Eventually, we're going to consolidate this, but for now, if you're on Apple, go on Apple. If you're on Android, type Android. You can also access this through website. Just go to epemf.app. And then you can also access this through any browser on any platform. So, and here I'm on iPhone, so therefore I'm going to select iPhone. The very first thing it happens, it give you a consent. So one thing to mention that we do not keep your data. Everything, audio recording, everything gets deleted as soon as you're done. We strip away the data and your name from the data, and then we use the data for learning and better understanding each take and analysis, right? So otherwise, no private data is shared or used by all means, right? So that's, I want to make that very clear that it's not about delivering a solution, but you also have to be following a precise ethics as when it comes to privacy and all of that. So keep in mind, we are not keeping any of your voice recordings, and you are not keeping any of your voice recordings. Everything gets deleted as soon as the data has been extracted from it. So go ahead and hit I understand, accept. The very first thing it will check, this is a subscriber only feature. So go ahead and enter your pen feeling app subscription email. Keep in mind it has to be all lowercase always when you're dealing with pen feeling app. Also make sure that your email is entered in lowercase. So go ahead and put, this is a test email we're using. If you try to use it, most likely you will get expired message, but so we'll just let you know. So all lowercase, and then verify subscription is going to take a few seconds to verify on the pen feeling app. Make sure you do have an active subscription before it's continuing. Usually takes around 15 20 seconds, usually depends on the traffic. So here you type in your name or whoever's name you're running the test on. If you're a practitioner, this is where you put the client's name, right? So go ahead and hit continue. If you want precise and accurate results, this is very important you follow these best practices, right? Fasting 2 hours, no gums, no caffeine, no nicotine. You have to be in an absolute quiet room. Background noise plays a huge role in this, so make sure you are in an absolute quiet place. You have to be in a calm state. You put the phone on a steady surface right around 20 centimeter If you can, hold it at a 45-degree angle. It's not a requirement, but it will help with the scan quality. But if you can, just lay it flat on the table. Make sure you do a 3 to 4 minute breath lab 4-4-4-4 exercise, ensuring that your body is calm. If the more calm you are, before you do this, no digestion activity, no body exhaustion, and the more your calm level is totally high, right? Then you get a most accurate result, and that's what we found out. But if your body is not calm, you're just playing around and expect to get inaccurate and inconsistent result. You have to be at a very calm state. So we highly recommend doing a breath lab for 3-4 minutes before doing this. And then here you can do a microphone check. I'm not going to do it, but it's a good idea. Just run a check. Make sure you have microphone input. If you don't, you're not getting, check your microphone on your phone, or restart the app, try again. So most likely that's what it is. Let's go ahead and do calibration. So always run through calibration if you want more accuracy. The calibration, it helps you to understand the method is being used, so when you get to actual test, you're actually prepared, right? This is kind of preparation for what's coming, and setting the mood and the trend for you, so you're able to do it more accurately when it actually comes to a test. So always, if you want accurate result, super accurate result, go through the calibration. If not, just skip the calibration here. As it says here, when you do skip the calibration, is less accurate. So for this demo, I'm just going to go ahead and run it through calibration. The first one is 8-second off. So here you will grant the microphone. And here we just say for 8-second calibration, try to keep it steady. And after that, here it gives us a quality check. And we continue on to SRTA calibration, where we have to read a short sentences. Just use your normal speed. Don't rush it. Don't slow down. Just use your normal. And here we go, calibrating again. And you just start reading the text like you normally would talk. Like, I begin in stillness and speak with ease, right? Like that. So you just keep doing it for 15 seconds. It will check that. Don't worry if you don't finish it. That's fine. It's just the calibration. And here we're now getting ready to do the actual scan, voice scan. The very first voice scan is going to be the same thing, the but this time it's going to be 10 seconds. So when you're ready, go ahead and tap on the start recording, and you should be able to do the Here we go now. Gives you a 3 count, and then you go like you want to hit ideal as much as you can. So, but if you don't, and that's fine, just keep it steady for 10 seconds. It's now processing the SVT recording that collected from you, goes through a bunch of stuff, making sure it's has everything that it needs. It now gives you a confirmation. When ready, you go to continue. That's when you start to record the next recording, which is the SRT recording. Here you just again use your normal speed, normal talk speed, and don't worry if you don't finish it. You just go through it and read this thing, like when the sunlight strikes raindrops in the air, they act as a prism and form a rainbow, just like that. Talk as you would normally talk, and as you can see, hitting the ideal is fine. If for any reason at this stage you don't have any audio, you might have to restart your app, and it will correct itself. Hey, so I'd like to point out a few hints here. So this text, if you're like English is not your main language, you can basically take a snapshot and give it to ChatGPT translator for you, or you can translate yourself. There is no right or wrong here. There's no bad accent, good accent. It's basically not how good your English is basically measuring lots of patterns, breathing, and so forth. But you can also use your own language. You can translate this and read it in any language that you wish. That for if you're after more accuracy. But other than that, you can just read that in any language or any English ability that you have. And don't worry about is it right, is it wrong. Just make sure you do speak in your normal speed. So whatever your normal speed, talk speed is, that should be the speed that you read this. So we just want to clear that. So to go ahead and read the passage. Now it's analyzing the passage, the rainbow passage, going through, extracting all the data from the recordings. And if everything is fine and confidence level is high, it will let you move on to the next phase, which is the result generation. It should be done just in 10 seconds here. The frequency analysis always takes a longer time, but because it's doing so much processing, it should be finishing right in 3 seconds. And now it gives you a summary of how long you recorded and what is your WPM, stands for word per minute. So he has there's 170 word per minute. When you're ready, you hit view summary. If confidence level is up, he will go to analyze your voice. If not, it will throw it back at you and you get to do that again. So we have here a dashboard with summary with some scan test scan. So we can explain to you what these are. So first of all, we have the name. You put in the client's name, and then you have the date and the time of when was the scan. Make sure you take snapshot of this if you're sharing it, because if you come back, the results going to be, we don't store anything, and that's by design. So if you come back here, all the results going to be gone, and we have to start from scratch again. So if you really want to keep this, make sure you take a snapshot of it. So first of all, we have vitality index. That's basically your overall energetic as a core vitality. We have the calm index, and the more the better. So 100, that means 100% calm. 10% means not so calm. A stress level, we want that down. So if you have 100% stress, that's extremist stress. 10% stress is lowest stress. And here we have a mapping of how much of energy we have per chakra. Here we have 15%, 16, 18, 13. And then we've taken all these colors, but like 15% of pink, 16% of purple, 18% of blue, and so forth. And then we've combined them here, because if they were all 100%, if you take 100% of all chakra colors and we combine them, we get what? We get pure white light. So then we have a coherency meter here that tells you, after we've added all this color together per these percentages, how far are you away from the divine light. So 100%, you means you are right there. 90%, you're almost there. 44%, not even half. And then it talks about the shift. It talks about the color and its energy. And here we have body areas influenced by this scan, like which body areas are influenced energetically. It will give you assessment of the body parts, and you can open each up. If it's crucial, it tells you it's significant, and if it's mild or low or so, it give you all the attributes of what they are. So moderate, mild, low. So you get all this reading of areas you should be focusing on. It tells you about primary pattern, and then here is quick insights based on everything we've learned. And here, if you tap on PeMF wellness program, you actually get recommendations. This will call out to PeMF healing app, and actually it will bring in recommended per what this is happening and per what happening here. So they put some both together. Few factors to pay attention. So we have terms used. They use body assessment. What terms did it use to get these results? You can look at that. Generic terms. What generic terms did it use to get this? And here you have direct programs, which are programs directly related to what's going on. And then keep in mind, if you see any programs so one frequency is really not for one program. One frequency can have hundreds or 200-300 different grains that they can be related to, right? Because it's frequency we're dealing with. So one frequency can be used for various of conditions and so forth. So here are the direct programs. You just open each up, and then whichever you want, you can just go here and say open. And then you can go ahead and favorite, and then you go back and then add another one, right? So you do the same thing with related. So these are like secondary programs, not necessarily direct, but they could be related somehow, right? So you can do the same thing. Then once you're done, you close it. Make sure when you get a scan, you go in and make your own favorite, because first of all, once you come back here, the results are gone, so you have to rerun it again. But and then you might have to run the scan, and it becomes a little bit uncomfortable, right? Because you have to do all the work again. So make sure you do it the first time. You create your favorite, you take your snapshots, boom, you're done. So, and then you have the supportive programs. They're basically whatever is related, what amino acid is related, what the neurospine, what meridian from 12 meridian, planetary, and so forth, right? That's why they call it supportive. And then we have chakra programs. Because of the chakra readings up here, which chakra programs can support, that. So here it says crown chakra, for example. So crown chakra is 15%. It's kind of low, and that's why it's suggesting the crown chakra here. You just tap on it, and then you can make a favorite, and then you go back, right? And then last but not least, we have the holistic recommendation, which is basically what food to eat, what juices to drink, herbs, it keeps going, vitamins, minerals, exercises, breath works, meditation, lifestyle, affirmations to use. So it gives you everything you need to know as far as holistic path. Really useful information for your scan data. So here you can see how confident the engine was to analyze your data. So here you see it was 72% and 78%, not bad. So if you're not satisfied with these results, you may want to do the scan again. Make sure you follow the prep window, 2 hours fasting, no stress, no digestion, all of that. See if you can get the confidence level up to around 89, 90%, then you get much more accurate data. So that's pretty much it. Let us know what you think, and then share with us your results and everything that you're working on with this tool. So thanks for watching, and let us know in the comments